On tonight's newscast, we take a look at Latin Game Night and the Memorial Union, as well as more upcoming events hosted by NDSU's multicultural team.
We take a look at the Ultimate Frisbee tournament that took place on Sunday and how you can get involved in intramurals on campus. We look into all that and more on tonight's newscast. Welcome back to the Bison Information Network. I'm Logan Genterberg.
And I'm Nick Whistler. We have a lot to cover in today's episode, so don't go away. Latin Game Night was held on Tuesday in the Memorial Union.
Dash Menzel has more on the story.
On Tuesday night, the Memorial Union held Latin Game Night, the first Spanish heritage event held on campus since 2016. There was food, music, and games. I was able to talk to Marilyn Quintero about the event.
On September 15 through October 15 is Hispanic Heritage Month, and so as we are celebrating Independence Day for various countries, Nicaragua, Costa Rica, we have Mexican Independence Day was on the 16th, on Friday last week, and so this event is taking place to kind of bring us all together and play Loteria, which is a Mexico bingo game, and to kind of bring to life our cultures all together. And so we're gonna have some games, we have some Latin music going on, and then we also have some Mexican candy prizes and even prizes that people can win. The game has like little pictures, the picture card, it's a picture card, and so it's kind of like bingo, but the only difference is it's a picture, so you would name the picture on the card, and it's just like bingo. So if you have the same card, it matches your card table or your card on your table, then you put like a little thing on it, and then it's kind of like you can play like four corners, having a straight line, diagonal, horizontal, and so whoever wins first gets the prize. There is a Hispanic organization on campus that's called HOLA, but as far as us in the NDSU Multicultural Programs Office hosts a lot of club and organizations on campus, and so we usually kind of help students prepare events, just kind of also like Black History Month as well.
Quintero also told me about more events that are coming up for National Hispanic Heritage Month.
Next week we have a documentary that's called No Más Bebés, which is No More Babies, and it's a documentary on the Mexican movement of rights that women have. And then we also have Dr. Bradley, who will be speaking on Montezuma and the Queen Elizabeth. And then we also have a panelist for World Mental Health Day on October 11th.
Reporting from the Memorial Union, I'm Dashiell Menzel.
Ultimate Frisbee is just one of the many intramural activities that NDSU offers to students on campus.
Reporter Coy Hartle was able to take a look at what their tournament was all about.
Each semester, the Wellness Center's intramural sports program gives NDSU students and staff the chance to participate in several different activities. And on Sunday, the Ultimate Frisbee intramural held its one-day tournament.
So the intramurals today is Ultimate Frisbee. So we have 4 teams, and then we do 10-minute halves. So we play each team, and whoever wins the most is the winner or the champion.
The tournament consisted of teams made up of NDSU students who were competing for Ultimate Frisbee glory by throwing, blocking, and catching. And although Alicia's team didn't end up winning the competition, that's not what it's all about anyway.
It's super fun, and it's not really much of a commitment. It's not like a college sport or like a club where you always have to be there. It's more of like kind of a fun environment to do, and it's good exercise. It's healthy for you. I like it. And
Ultimate Frisbee isn't the only intramural that students can be a part of. NDSU also has programs such as softball, racquetball, and even Call of Duty. Each activity costs $7.50 per person, or $25 for an all-inclusive annual pass. And for the fall semester, the esports intramurals are free to everyone. If you are interested in participating in an intramural, you can sign up through your NDSU account on the NDSU Wellness Portal website. And as far as advice goes for students that might be interested,
try new things. That's what college is about. Try new things, meet new people. It'll be fun, even if you don't think you're athletic enough. Like, you have at least some ability to be able to do. And there's a lot of different sports. You don't have to be in basketball if you're like, oh, I suck at basketball. You could do like badminton or pickleball or volleyball. So there's a lot of different options that you could do besides just one.
From Bison Information Network, I'm Coy Hartle.
The NDSU Wellness Center will host its first of 6 scuba tournaments on Tuesday, September 27th. Partnering with Mixed Scuba, the 6-week course will occur every Tuesday from 6 to 10 p.m. The course will cover the basic fundamentals of scuba diving and the safety that comes with it. To register, download the NDSU Wellness Center app.
Looking to learn more about how the world is run? This Friday, the NDSU Chaley Institute hosts its second event for its Human Progress and Flourishing Workshop. Featuring NDSU Assistant Professor of Economics, Thomas Crummell, this event is open to the NDSU community and public. You can attend the presentation on Friday from 10 to 11 a.m. at Beckwith Recital Hall.
The Health Concern Support Group is holding a new member meeting on Thursday, September 29th from 1 to 1:50 at the NDSU Stop and Go Center. This group is open to any NDSU students suffering from a chronic health condition or any challenges that one may be dealing with. There is no pre-registration needed, and all students of interest are encouraged to attend.
Looking to make a positive impact in the community, or just want to make some new friends? The Serve with the Herd Community Service Project Day is being held during Homecoming Week once again. The volunteer event runs from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m., and there is also a free t-shirt for everyone who volunteers. Interested? Email ndsu.volunteer@ndsu.edu to sign up or for more information.
A man from Moorhead has pled not guilty to 3 counts of murder from an incident that took place last November. Anthony Reese, a 36-year-old man, is being tried for the murders of Richard Pittman, his partner April Cabrone, and their unborn child. The 3 were shot and killed at their workplace in North Fargo last November, and Reese's next court date is already scheduled for October.
Fargo police arrested 7 people for trespassing in a house set to be demolished on Tuesday morning. The house is in the 200 block of 6th Avenue North, only a few blocks northeast of downtown. Police say 6 of the 7 had no permanent address, and 1 also had outstanding warrants from Fargo and Cass County. All of them were booked into the Cass County Jail.
Former VFW commander Rick Kuhn was laid to rest at the Fargo National Cemetery after a battle with poor health. Kuhn will be remembered for his vast contributions in helping veterans that struggle with PTSD. Testimonies claimed he was often active in leading local efforts to help area veterans that suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder.
A woman has been taken into custody for bringing a raccoon into a Maddock bar. A bartender at the bar said she was serving drinks when the woman brought the raccoon in during happy hour. She asked the woman to leave, but they refused and instead took the raccoon around to show another customer before leaving a few minutes later. Erin Christensen, the owner of the raccoon, says that her family found the raccoon by the side of the road 3 months ago and had taken care of it ever since. Fortunately, the raccoon tested negative for rabies and was taken care of by law enforcement. She was charged with providing false information to law enforcement, tampering with evidence, and several North Dakota game and fish violations. Coming up next is sports with Jacob Morgan, so don't go anywhere.
No kid deserves to go hungry, but try as they might, not every family can afford to put food on the table every day. That's why the Great Plains Food Bank and their partner agencies work every day to bring food to our hungry neighbors. Every dollar donated can provide 4 meals for those in need. Go to greatplainsfoodbank.org and donate today, so no kid in North Dakota ever has to go hungry.
My name is Becky Parker, and I'm a news anchor at WDAY-TV. I graduated from NDSU in 2010 with a degree in journalism, broadcasting, and mass communication technologies, and then I had an emphasis on broadcasting. Principles of broadcast production and advanced broadcast production. Those were favorites because they were the most relevant for career experience. You're calling people for interviews, you're writing an article. It doesn't just feel like an assignment, it's like actually doing it. I was the news director for the first full semester of the Bison Information Network. The BIN advisor here was very much invested in me to actually have a career in broadcasting. He helped me get my internship and my first job. The people in NDSU's Department of Communication are really interested and helpful in getting students the connections that they need in order to get a job beyond school.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
The Bison football team traveled down to Tucson, Arizona to take on the Wildcats this past weekend for their first FBS game in 6 years. The Bison started down 7-0 early in the game. Quarterback Cam Miller would find fullback Hunter Lipke on a 31-yard wheel route for a touchdown, the start of a stellar night from Lipke. The Bison would continue to go back and forth all night. Cam Miller had a 2-yard run for his first rushing touchdown of the season to tie the game once again. Miller would finish the night completing 10 of 12 pass attempts for 124 passing yards and a passing touchdown. On the ground, Miller had 13 rushing yards and a touchdown. After the half, the Bison would be the first ones to add to the board as Hunter Lipke rushes a touchdown in from the 6-yard line to give the Bison the first lead of the night. This isn't the last we saw from Lipke. With 2:07 remaining in the third quarter, Hunter broke loose for his third touchdown of the night. This time he broke 2 tackles on the way to the house from the 36-yard line. Hunter Lipke had a crazy performance, putting up video game numbers. He finished the game with 115 rushing yards and 65 receiving yards with a total of 3 touchdowns. However, the hat trick wouldn't be enough as the Bison were not able to fend off the Wildcats, falling 31-28, bringing them to a 2-1 start to the season. The Bison look to bounce back this Saturday as Missouri Valley Conference play begins. They travel to Vermilion to take on the Coyotes in the Dakota Dome. Kickoff is at 1 p.m. Catch the game on ABC, ND, or ESPN+. You can also listen to the game on the Bison Radio Network. Volleyball was also on the road this past weekend in Clarksville, Tennessee in the Stashville Classic. The Bison matched up against Austin Peay, UT Martin, and East Tennessee State. The Bison finished 1-2 on the weekend. They fell to Austin Peay in 4 sets Friday afternoon. They turned around to sweep it UT Martin later on Friday in a quick 3-set match. Saturday morning, the Bison wrapped up the tournament by losing to East Tennessee State. Our top performers from the Stashville Classic were Syra Tanchin, who led the team with 37 kills, Kelly Johnson leading the way in the assist category with 97, Logan O'Brien, who was digging up everything hit her way, was finished with 16 on the weekend. Catch the next 3 games as the Bison next 2 are on the road. They play later tonight in St. Paul as the start of conference play against St. Thomas. They will travel to Macomb this Saturday to take on Western Illinois at 11 a.m. Your Bison volleyball team will be back in Fargo next Tuesday on taking on conference rival University of South Dakota to kick off their home stretch for homecoming. The women's golf team was back in action Monday and Tuesday in Brookings, South Dakota for the Jackrabbit Invitational. The Bison had their best outing of the season, placing first out of 6 teams. Junior Leah Scar led the way with 223 on the weekend, tying for first. Elise Hoven had herself a great weekend as well, with a score of 225 and finishing 3rd overall. Third best finisher for the Bison was Joe Vauranchik with 227, finishing 5th overall. The Bison finished the weekend with a team score of 904 to pick up the win, beating the Jackrabbits, who came in second with a score of 912. A great win for the Bison women as they head into their bye week. The Bison soccer team competed this past Friday against Idaho in a 0-0 tie. The NDSU team had 3 shots on goal as Idaho had 10. On Saturday, they went on to play Montana and would fall in a 0-3 loss. Bison had 3 shots on goal once again as Montana had 10. The NDSU soccer team is back in action this weekend with 2 away games. Friday night, they traveled to Colorado to play Denver University and cap off the weekend in Nebraska to play Omaha. That's all for sports today. Next, we look at the weather for the upcoming week with Coy, so stick around.
There are so many great things to experience at NDSU. It's hard to pick one, but my favorite is
the people. They make it such a warm place. The Bison aren't just across the country, they're across the globe.
It's the perfect distance from home. The faculty are our biggest cheerleaders. Hands-on research experience. The affordable tuition.
All the opportunities to stay active on campus.
Real-world learning experiences.
Once I got on campus, it felt like home.
My name is Addie Stewart, and I graduated from NDSU in the Department of Communication in 2018. My degree was in strategic communication, and I'm the communications specialist for the city of West Fargo. That includes social media, press releases, breaking news, interviews, media relations, and more. I went into communication because I wanted to do something I was passionate about. There were so many opportunities. I knew I could work for nonprofits, government, small business, agency work. Professors in the department definitely impacted me a lot in my life, making sure that once I graduated college, I knew I could get a job here just because of the connections in the department and the great morale that was in Fargo. Future students should definitely come to NDSU because it's a degree like no other here.
The NDSU bookstore has everything you need to show off your Bison pride. The bookstore can have you sporting green and gold wherever you go. It offers many different brands, sizes, styles, and selection so that you find exactly what you're looking for. Shop the NDSU bookstore and show your spirit today.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Bison Information Network. I'm Coy and I have a look ahead at what we can expect from the forecast for this next week. Starting with tomorrow, we have about a 70% chance of some rain throughout the day. However, this rainfall will fade away as we move into Saturday, as we can expect mostly cloudy skies with temps reaching nearly 70 degrees. On Sunday, we'll have mostly clear skies during the day, and we'll also have a new moon on Sunday night, which is when the moon is invisible in the sky. On Monday, we'll kick off the next week with a high of 66 degrees and a low of 39. Monday is also my sister's birthdays, so happy birthday, Jordy and Grayson. On Tuesday, temperatures drop down to around 60 degrees, but they should pick up again just a bit by the time Wednesday rolls around. These temps will continue to rise going into Thursday, where we'll end the week with clear skies and temperatures in the low 70s. Well, that's all we have for weather for this week. If any of you watching at home see any interesting weather in your area, then be sure to grab a photo or video and send it our way. You can submit your photos and videos online at www.ndsubin.com/news. In addition, be sure to follow Bison Information Network on social media to stay up to date with the latest on campus news. Well, that's all for our show today. Thank you all for watching and have a great night.